And with Jimmy White currently racking up the extras in his hotel room, we're delighted to be joined, Neil and I, by the newly nominated Sports Personality of the Year, Ronnie O'Sullivan. Thanks for joining us as always, mate.
Thanks, Colin.
Let's get, no doubt, your laid-back take on the news today.
No, listen, it was exciting, you know, just to get the nomination. You know, grew up watching that awards on the TV, so yeah, it's a great honour to be part of the final six, if you like, this year.
You were told that they'll always tell the nominees a few days in advance before it's announced.
Yeah.
So did you tell anyone or did you keep it a secret?
No, I haven't told anyone because I still wasn't actually sure whether I was going to get nominated or not, because they asked me about 25 years ago. They said, you're in the final 10, and they come down and done like a couple of hours with me, and I wasn't in the final 10.
No.
So I kind of went, well, that probably doesn't really mean much. But then obviously they put it out on social media and said, you know, he's in the final six. So it was only tonight that I fully accepted that I was in the running, you know.
Why do you think you've made the top six?
I think it's been a funny year, you know, obviously with COVID. Not a lot of the Olympics, obviously, is massive. You know, any of the Olympians do well, then they tend to really get in the voting thing. Snooker, I think, over the years has kind of lost its, you know, pecking order in the sporting world. You know, you've got tennis, golf, Formula One, football, a lot of these really, like, massive sports now, you know. So so I think that kind of, it wasn't so much of a reflection on me or, you know, that they didn't want to give it to me. I just think snooker just kind of lost its way a little bit.
I think the question, definitely not to ask Ronnie, but to ask Neil, is it's not why this year, it's why is it taking so bloody long?
Yeah, of course. I mean, look, whatever reason that is, I don't know. But it could be, as Ronnie's kind of saying there, that snooker's been through a few tough times in the last few years. People don't really think of it in the same way as they used to. And maybe snooker's coming back, you know, and that's also a sign. Snooker's getting bigger with Eurosport, the coverage everywhere. You know, it's a big worldwide sport now. It used to be just a British sport, Irish sport, you know, and all of that. So, yeah, I think snooker's doing well. And look, this is world champion again, so he deserves it.
I think Neil's bang right. Ronnie, I mean, you're flying the flag for snooker. It's resurgent, and this is a really big moment for the sport. Yeah,
listen, anything like this is great for snooker, you know. So I'm happy to be able to be in a position, you know, to be even nominated, and if it helps snooker and grows the popularity of that and elevates snooker a little bit, then that's fantastic. So you know, I'm honoured.
It hasn't happened in over 30 years, a snooker player being nominated, and the list that you now join is a really special one. They all happened in the 80s, 81 for Davis, he finished second, 82 for Higgins second, a run of 4 for Davis, including winning it in 1988, the last one Stephen Hendry second in 1990, and it harks back to the point that you made actually about, you know, when giants roamed the earth. But what a list to be on.
That's what I'm saying, you know, that's where snooker was. It was the golf, what golf is today and what tennis is today, snooker was in the 80s and 90s. You know, Steve Davis was doing baked bean adverts, you know, because he was not just a big name in snooker, he was a big name. People that didn't know snooker knew Steve Davis. So, you know, hopefully snooker can get back to them days where the players are known not just by the snooker fans, I think, and that's what snooker needs to achieve if it is to grow outside the sport. Not, you know, people that don't follow football, they know David Beckham. People that don't follow Formula One, they've heard of Lewis Hamilton, but, you know, that you can't really say that about any snooker players. They're just known for their ability on the table.
With your nominations, just to confirm, if Heinz are interested, you're interested, yes?
Yeah.
If you look at who else is nominated there, Holly Doyle's had another phenomenal year. In fact, Neil, just give us a word on Holly Doyle, because you're a big racing fan.
A terrific jockey, you know, full stop. Woman jockey doesn't need to be said any more about her, so she's achieving great things. Very modest as well.
Jordan Henderson's a football nomination. We'll have a really big vote. We've got Stuart Broad, Lewis Hamilton's a favourite, 7 world titles. They haven't announced the 6th, but come on, we all know it's going to be Tyson Fury. They'd be outraged if there wasn't. Who's your pick of the 5?
Listen, I lived in Liverpool, so I have a great, you know, love for Liverpool, and I know how much the football team means to the Liverpool fans and everyone in Liverpool, and for them to win the Premier League last year and obviously the Champions League the year before, I think it was. Klopp's done an unbelievable job there. Henderson, you know, it would be great for someone like Henderson, but for me, you know, Tyson Fury's a standout. You know, it's the gladiator of sport, and he's come back. He's the real Rocky. You know, he's fought. You know, he's just said, "Where do you live?" "Yeah, I'm there. I'll be over next week." You know, he's a proper fighter's fighter. You know, so he's the superstar for me. You know,
a Cronk-inspired second victory over Wilder was mind blowing. One of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, amazing performance. Amazing performance.
No snooker player, Neil's ever finished outside of the top 3. Ronnie's got a big chance, as I said earlier. The snooker fraternity, they are ready to vote for him.
Yeah, I think Ronnie sounds pleased, but I tell you, a lot of snooker people are pleased as well because, it is something that they've wanted to see for a long time, and there's been a bit of sort of slight uproar about it in snooker fraternity because people love snooker. If that's your number one sport, then you want your best players to be recognised,
Yeah, excellent. You know what to do.